Alrighty, hello, and we're back with episode number 3 for ADLR Podcast, also known as, what is it? We talking. We don't even actually know what happened. You said it was shit?
I said, oh shit.
Oh, okay. I'm joined by my brother again. Probably gonna be the new co-host anyway. Brian, hello. How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna send you a dictionary. So you learn how to do anything other than grunt. How's your week been?
It's been.
It's been. Alright. So it's not now or later, it's just used to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Meh.
Okay. I guess we'll just jump into the fucking news here. With the first one being Unity and Google Cloud announced partnership to create multiplayer development suite. They say, and I quote, "We're proud of the many Unity developers that collectively produce more than half the world's games," unquote, said Unity CEO John, what's his name? I can't pronounce that. John Ricciello? I'm sorry. He says Ricciello? John, CEO of Unity, that's going to be his name. He continues on to say, quote, "Multiplayer games have long been the fastest growing type of games. Multiplayer games are also the most challenging to create and properly support. Our alliance with Google Cloud will help developers build multiplayer games more easily and operate them more cost effectively at a global scale," end quote. I think this is a good ass move for Unity. That way for the developers they have a huge resource, which is Google Cloud, with there's servers everywhere around the fucking country. I don't know if that will eliminate any server crashes on launch for any of the games, but I think it's a good move there. What you think? Any thoughts?
The only thing I could think of is there'd be less reason for saves to get lost, or games that have local saves. That can be an issue if it's a Unity game.
Well, for this, it's just for multiplayer, like matchmaking and things online. Well, I mean, I'm sure you can probably add the save as well, since you're already at the cloud anyway.
I just want to make sure all saves are saved.
Okay. Make sure all saves are saved. Hashtag save the saves. Okay. What you eating there?
Protein bar.
Okay. Let's move on right along. That was a nice, quick, short one. AMC's subscription is a direct attack on Movie Pass. So AMC decided to get into this subscription for theater as a service, I guess, would be the term, and entered the subscription game. Do they have any details here, real quick? Yeah. So for $20 a month, people will be able to see 3 movies of their choosing per week, even if it's the same movie, 3 times in the same day. Yes, that's all fair game. That also includes IMAX, Dolby Cinema, and all 3D, as long as it's in an AMC theater. You can buy the tickets the day of or weeks in advance, and I don't think they mentioned here that you have to be, unlike MoviePass, you don't have to be within a certain perimeter. I think you just buy it online and you're good to go, no matter where you're at. I personally think this is like more than an attack. This is a way to sync. It's a good start to sync MoviePass, because this is just convenience to the nth degree. 3 movies a week. It's 12 movies a month, basically, for $20. Not that there is 12 movies a month you need to go see, but for people who like to rewatch movies a lot, especially like if it's a new movie, like a Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out, and you're like, I gotta watch this shit again, dude.
How much are like single ticket prices nowadays?
They can range like anywhere from like $9 to $12.
I'd go with this. Is it like the Regal Pass, or is it better than that? 'Cause
I don't even know what the Regal Pass is. What's the Regal Pass?
I don't know.
I think that gives you I think that gives you rewards points. The Regal Crown Club, is that what you're talking about? That just gives you like points and stuff, so you can get like free popcorn and stuff. Yeah, this is fun. I think this is a much better choice. I mean, granted, you're stuck with AMC theaters, and I know most of them don't have assigned seating, or maybe they do, but not all of them do. Or is that Regal that's nearby? It doesn't matter. I think it is Regal, that's why. Yeah, all the AMC theaters I think do have... I have no idea. But either way, I think this is a much better offering than Movie Pass.
It sounds better, but I don't really go anywhere, so I wouldn't get it, but I can see why, or I see if someone did go to the movies like every week, or that's the go-to on a weekend, then I can see it.
Yeah,
especially if tickets are like $9 to $12, just to see one fucking movie, I'd get it.
Absolutely. I don't see any mention of. Let me see if I can do a search here of a family plan, but I know the Movie Pass had a family plan, so I'm sure AMC will devise a way to include one.
What the hell's Movie Pass? I don't even know what that is.
Movie Pass is basically that. Movie Pass came out, I don't know, maybe a year ago, and it allowed you to go to movie theaters by paying a certain subscription. Like, they would basically give you a little card, like a fake debit card, I think, and you would order a movie with it if you go there in person, or you can get it from their app. The thing is, you'd have to be in a certain radius, like physically, of the theater you were going to go see it at, and then buy it. But you can go watch, I don't know how many movies a month, but it allowed you to. It's basically the same thing as AMC, but it seems like AMC doesn't do any of those. Excuse me. Hey, we can barely hear Brian unless that's intentional. Then it's fine. I'm getting some live feedback here. You can't hear Brian? I can hear him perfectly.
I mean, it is directly in your ear, and you probably have me lower for your stream than what's going in your ear.
You're at 100% on Discord, and it is.
Good job.
All right. Now you should be loud as shit. Sorry. But yeah, that's about it on the AMC thing. It seems like they're ahead of the game now. Didn't see how many people move over from Movie Pass.
I didn't even know AMC had their own theaters. So I don't know if they have, if they're common per like state or city. I don't know.
It's not AMC like the channel, Brian.
I know.
Yeah, you've been to an AMC theater before.
Oh yeah, name one.
The one near what the?
Don't name streets at me. Yeah, I'm just gonna say okay.
What's the point? Either way, let's just move on. Let's see. What's the next thing on here? I should start like deleting them off of here, scratching them off. That way I don't miss one. I think last week.
Put a strike through.
Strike through? Yeah, I can do that.
Or highlight it like red or something.
I think strike through is sexier.
Give me all the money in your wallet.
Well, actually, you know what? Let me just do that. Yeah, I'll just highlight it.
The second option I said?
Yeah. Yeah, so next thing, Rocket League details their first, I guess, Game Pass or Rocket Pass. It's called Rocket Pass, but it's the same thing as Battle Pass. The new popular thing to do now. First it was just Battle Royale in general, now they're doing their progression system. So, right off the bat, they say there's going to be 2 versions of the Rocket Pass, free and premium, similar to Fortnite, and I'm going to continue to compare it to Fortnite because where else did they get the idea? The free Rocket Pass will allow everyone to unlock rewards, including new customization items, player banners, in-game titles, and decryptors. On the other hand, the premium Rocket Pass upgrade is available for 10 keys, which is $10 American. And Psyonix, which is the developer of the game, aims to offer several of them each year, just like Fortnite. Probably every 60 or 30 to 60 days, just like per season. The premium pass comes with more content, such as car bodies, keys, premium player banners, and premium titles. You'll also be able to unlock XP boosts and XP rewards. This is all almost carbon copy of the things that Fortnite provide to you. The Battle Royale, anyway. If you're not sure about upgrading, you'll be able to view all the content available for Premium Pass holders before you upgrade. Just like Fortnite, you can go and see what you would have gotten if your Battle Pass was that level. Yeah, the Rocket Pass will be available to to players on all platforms, with all the items earned being tradable, except classic non-tradable items like titles. That's pretty cool. I didn't notice that tidbit after the first time I heard
didn't even
this.
know you can trade with people.
Yeah, me neither. Unless that was added later.
I'm not gonna lie, I keep forgetting this game isn't dead.
Yeah, like this game is still thriving without an issue.
Yeah, every like few weeks I'm like, oh shit, that's a game.
Mm-hmm. And there's a huge following still.
So I guess that's good on them.
Go ahead.
No, I said I guess that's good on them. Not dead yet.
Yeah. And the article goes on to say, unlike Fortnite, there are no challenges to complete to earn XP. As Ionix is concerned, that would, quote, disrupt the competitive balance of Rocket League, unquote, or end quote. So there's going to be weekly win bonuses, which allows you to level up faster if you win enough games in a week. I think that's cool. I mean, it's a good move. Now that I don't have anything against the premium pass that Fortnite offers, so I'm glad that other people are adapting adopting it as well, because it's just cosmetics, and it's not new like guns or a faster car in Rocket League's case. It's just purely cosmetic. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I don't really care. Like, I don't know. I'm glad that they have like a separate lane if you don't want to be balling out, but you want stuff like the free pass.
Yeah, it doesn't leave anybody out. All right.
Speaking of progression system, Street Fighter 5 added fucking loot boxes.
Did you already try it out?
I'm not installing it until Sagat's out.
Oh, don't worry. We have a section for the releases to see what the status on that is.
Apparently, you get like whole costumes out of it.
Do they have enough costumes to warrant that?
Chun-Li alone has a dozen, I think.
And you said you also get colors?
All I know that you can get, because I didn't watch the video of somebody opening it 500 times, is that you can get whole costumes, and you know how with some of the costumes, like the story ones, you have to beat survival or whatever, or pay for them to get the colors. When you get the costume out of the battle pass, it comes with the colors. To what E-Man said in the chat, yeah, surprisingly, by not releasing Sagat, that's what.
Check man, just to make Street Fighter 5 worse. So how do you get the loot boxes? Just by playing, or do you have to pay in-game currency?
In-game money. Since it just came out with Cody on Monday, they give you one free like loot box, but then the rest is only like 500 fight money.
And that's the only way to get the loot boxes, through in-game money, the fight money.
That I know of. I don't know if you can buy them with real money. To get 500 fight money, you can. Like, it's just 5 wins and you can buy one. So that's not bad.
That's really good then. You can constantly be getting more and more stuff. But what happens if you get a duplicate?
Yeah. I have no idea. When I saw the article, I was like, oh, loot boxes, and I checked for a Sagat release date. And then I closed the article.
Okay.
I don't know which costumes are locked behind it either. I don't know if it's like the ones that you get bit by bit for the challenges they added after Arcade Edition. I don't know if it's any costume in the game.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know.
I'm okay with that. Do I have that installed? I might load that up just to get loot boxes, dude.
Install it. I mean, Cody has a target combo. It's literally pressing light jab 4 times.
Well, I have a secret code that I get Goku, so I don't need any of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dragon Ball taught you to press 1 button, so you can just press 1 button with him and you're good.
Brian, it's square and triangle. Can you get it right once?
Well, they dumbed it down for you.
Okay, good. Alright, so I guess we'll just move on to the next thing, being Dragon Ball Heroes is a new anime series debuting with its first trailer. I haven't seen the trailer yet, but I just put it on here just for the people to be aware of it. I guess I'll put the link in the chat for anyone who wants to watch it, but...
Is that the series that's based off of the mobile game?
It could be. I don't know. It says here, Dragon Ball Heroes, a new miniseries that is based on the video games of the same name. Oh, so yeah, that's probably that. It's set to premiere on
Oh,
July
there you go.
1st. A new trailer for the series shows Goku, Vegeta, Future Trunks, and others locked in battle with a new villain. Excuse me. The quote prison planet and quote story arc from the video game will be main focus of the miniseries. Okay. So
Is that a guy with an eye patch? Oh no.
it looks like there's a
I'm just
golden
skipping ahead.
cooler.
There's a guy that looks like a Saiyan Bane.
The guy on
He
the
has
left.
like he has like I don't know. I'm literally just combing through the trailer.
Uh-huh.
He has like Raditz hair with like a tint of red, and then he has a face mask. Actually, he looks like Hannibal Lecter, and then he gets real swole. I don't know what's going on.
I guess I can just show off the
Then there's a nerd purple guy.
this
That's
is
murder.
the promotional image, I guess. Showing off a bunch of stuff. There's the guy you're talking about, looks like Bane on the left hand side. With cooler.
They better add
golden
him.
cooler. Is that supposed to be Pan on the right? Behind Vegeta?
Where'd you find the promotional art? I didn't see that.
It's in the article. It's above the YouTube video.
Why is this article from Hot New Hip Hop?
I don't know. That's why I'm like, what the hell? It came out. I'm
it's
like,
on
oh,
their Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like Bane Coup.
Bane Coup.
No, I don't like that cooler. He looks like he's got dipped in fucking urine. I'm not feeling that.
Okay.
Why is Super Saiyan 4 back? 'Cause I mean, it's canon.
I think it's canon for that universe, like their games universe, but not in the
Oh,
animated.
it's an alternate universe.
It's one that's running from the games. That's what it said.
So is this just like a multiverse event or something? Or I don't know what's going on.
That's just a.
I don't
it's
watch
just a
Super, so
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the story arc is from the game, and they're making an anime from that arc from the game. That's what it seems like. It's from what I can gather here. Yeah, that's how. I haven't seen the trailer. More good Dragon Ball, sure. I'm down for it. Why not? More Gokus.
maybe if this pops off, we'll see the DLC characters in Dragon Ball Fighters.
The Banku
I want that, but at the same time, I need less fucking
grapplers.
Saiyans. They already have. No, I need more of that, but I need less, less Saiyans in general.
Okay. All right, moving right along then. Discord added a new games tab.
Yeah.
I can go ahead and take a look at it while we're talking here. It basically has what? Some headlines or something? What's popular? What everyone's playing? Yeah, it has like a news section up top with a bunch of popular news from within the gaming community. A quick launch on any of your games that it can detect. Tells you what your friends are playing. What they've been playing. If they're streaming on something, it has a link to their stream, and you can just hit and watch. It tells you if other friends are.
Fucking
Go ahead.
which server they're in when they're talking.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, it's pretty nifty. I mean, it's an addition. Tells you what's new and everything. It's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah. This
it's
looks
fine.
like, what was that thing that was it Raptor? Like a long time ago, they had like the thing where you can log all your hours for every console, and you can see what your friends are playing and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was wrapped.
That's what
it was
this
bought
seems
off
like.
by AMD, and then I don't know what the hell the status is on that.
By like Splice later or something.
I don't know if it was Splice, but it might have been. I fell off of it. I had it for a bit. I'm like, I don't need this, and I installed it and never came back.
I kept it just because it had free rewards, and they stopped giving me free rewards, and I started uninstalling it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I cared about. I don't really care if someone's playing. I can just ask them or what, or I'll see them if they're streaming. This doesn't really affect me, unless I don't know if it recommends like clips of a game, like maybe YouTube videos or something like that later down the line. So you can see like tips on the game or how to play a character or anything like that. Then it'd be cool.
Yeah, but right now it's just like a quick launcher for your games. Moving right along. Oh, network. Nintendo and Microsoft are definitely joining forces against Sony on the crossplay front. I'll add a link that you guys can watch the trailer in. But yeah, they released a video showing off Switch players and Xbox players playing together in Minecraft, and I don't know if it shows off Fortnite or not, but seamlessly doing it, putting their logos next to each other, as in, hey, we're unified here. I think this is a good move. Lit. Yeah, like it's a fantastic move on their part, especially now that we're slowly reaching the end of this generation, lifespan. That way they can come out with their next consoles and say, hey, remember how we were cross-playing before? We can still do it. Come to our system. While PS4 is reluctant to adding the feature, mostly because why would they? They have the highest player base so far. Why bother switching? I honestly think Sony should be not worried, but acting fast and getting their fucking back-end structures fixed so they can support this crossplay, which shouldn't take that long. But knowing them, they haven't yet to give me the option to change my name, so who knows the mess that it is in the back end.
Yeah, but you're the god of power.
Oh my lord, I can only imagine how terribly set up it is in the back end that they can't change your name. So adding an API to allow fucking matchmaking, but who knows?
Do you think that they should further add to this and add Steam to this logo? Like, I know PC doesn't really come out of PC isn't the console for Steam, if that makes sense. Like, they don't own PCs, but do you think they should just add it to show that everybody's pro crossplay for everything?
That would be a good move too for Steam, but I mean, that'd be a good way for them to promote the Steam OS. Not that, I mean, that thing died. No one can, I mean, you can still install a Steam OS, but they're not pushing their Steam hardware anymore. Like, hey, you can get a pre-built Steam machine. But if they were still doing that, then yes, I would agree they should at least have a talk with Sir Gabe and be like, hey, look, yeah, you can still play. I mean, you can play on PC as well. But that would only work for games that are running on PC. I mean on Steam. Like, you can't run Fortnite on Steam. I mean, it's not on Steam.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool if they somehow, or maybe just Valve, and they added to that or something. And then they announced Half-Life 3. Wait, yeah, Half-Life 3. No, Half-Life 2 Episode 3 or Half-Life 3? What's the issue? What are we doing here?
Anything is what we want.
What do you want?
Any one of those
what do you
things,
want?
Right? Any one of those things is what we want.
Half-Life 3 Tokyo Drift, right? And then this cross-play Battle Royale, right?
So it's just Battle Royale and Source? That already exists.
Yeah,
on
but
Dota 2.
With a gravity gun, though.
Okay. That's
all I'm saying. Game of the decade.
Dota 2's Battle Royale mode. Alright, enough of the crossplay stuff. I'm sure Sony's gotten a bunch of hate mail at this point. Let's just move on to the next thing. YouTube is trying to be more like Switch now. Switch. I'm fucking done with today already.
Alright, that's the podcast.
Yeah. It's more like Twitch now. They're switching from the whole... Not switching, because I guess you can still do YouTube Red. But now they're going to add the ability to subscribe to a channel. Like a paid subscription. what is it, $5 a month to support the characters. That's like the baseline, and then I think there's gonna be like different tiers as well. They're also partnering up with what is it, the t-shirt place, Teespring,
Ah,
to allow to, like, I guess, put logos on shirts and sell them from the YouTube channel. They're also introducing premieres the same way that you can do in Twitch, where you can like set a date to premieres, like a video you have, and it'll automatically play at a certain time. The one thing I don't like about this is that they're limiting all those features to channels who have 10,000 subscribers at least. I'm sorry, what? Why?
what do you read?
I'm just still talking about the thing. Why would you limit it to people who already have a following?
Maybe they're just testing it with the bigger channels, and then they'll slowly make it available for everyone.
Oh, I'm sorry. The premieres is only available to 10,000 subscribers or more.
Well, learn to
The
read.
channel memberships is to 100K subscribers.
What the hell?
I don't know. So the people who already have a shitload of people, you're gonna give them. I don't know. I don't know the thought process in that, or the reasoning. And for the Teespring,
Is this why they added a sponsor button next to some channels already? I saw that yesterday.
the sponsor. Oh, that might be it. I don't know if it's
blue.
out though.
I saw it.
The sponsor stuff's been there for quite some time. I guess this is the thing that might replace it,
Oh,
but who knows? I mean, that's the problem with a lot of Google's products. They just keep scrapping stuff and starting over again, and then it's just not cohesive at all, or it's consistent. Yeah, cool. I mean, hopefully people will attach to it. Or I mean, Twitch is already such a huge monolith of streaming entertainment. Like, you can try to catch up, but all the people are viewing, they're watching streaming games, or they're on Twitch, which is a good and bad thing for Twitch, or good for Twitch, bad for the people who are trying to start in Twitch, because it's just, what the hell happened here? Okay, it just showed me a huge picture of a desk. I'm like, what happened? Oh, this is a small little moving on to the next thing, a small little article I found on Engadget. With Google's Measure app, you can use it to measure things. Like using augmented reality, you just point your camera at the thing you want to measure, and it'll measure it for you without the need of a ruler.
it's gonna be dick pics evolved.
I guess it can be like, look how big this is. Bam! Click on your penis, and it'll show them the length.
Right?
And
Look at that yard.
Look at that yardstick, dude.
Shit. That's all I see this being used for. Like, I feel like most of the stuff that tries to be practical, it just ends up being used for lewd stuff or measure my dick.
That's how it
That's
works.
what it is.
If people like it for the lewd stuff, then it has a chance to take off.
Yeah. That's why I don't know why YouTube hasn't combined with like RedTube. I call it YouTube Red, and they have like some porn thing.
YouTube Red is a thing, Brian.
I was gonna say RedTube RedTube, but there's too many tubes.
How about no? That's terrible. I was gonna say the U Red Tube squared. That's fucking too
Get
much
out.
shit. Yeah, that's too much math there. Nobody wants that.
What's your problem?
Everything. On to the next thing. Valve releases a new VR demo called Moondust, and apparently it's linked to the Portal universe. Link the trailer in the chat. It looked pretty cool when I saw it. Played a little bit without no audio here. Like, this is Valve is just doing their own thing again. Like, everyone wants a certain thing, but they've been in R&D mode for like what, 12 years. Just finding out new ways to use VR, trying out new things, and with VR games and VR demos.
What does this have to do with Portal?
it apparently takes place in the same universe. Like if you're watching the trailer, you'll see what looks to be like some of the cores.
Mm.
And what you do there,
I don't give a shit about VR.
Yeah, like in terms of VR, like I've tried VR at different places, and they're cool demos. I don't see myself going, you know what, this game, I gotta play it in VR. Nothing I've ever played or touched is like, oh, I can see myself wanting to play this in VR. Like I'm completely fine with having a controller in my hand and just there's a TV.
I feel like this is just like the next step in the beta. First was like Wii and the PlayStation Move, and then the Xbox bar where you can stand and it doesn't register you really doing what you're doing for Just Dance. And now they're putting stuff so you can see it through glasses, basically. It just seems like everybody's paying for like an Indiegogo that doesn't stop.
And it keeps
and
going.
They just keep supporting it.
Yeah. I don't think VR is the thing that might get me. I think AR will be the thing that gets me. VR, I don't. I haven't gotten the hook yet. But that's neither here nor there. Moving on to the next big news, which is Red Dead Redemption 2. It might actually come to PC. A LinkedIn resume of a developer that was working at Rockstar put in for his work experience that he had worked on Red Dead Redemption 2 for PS4/Xbox One/PC. I mean, it's been since removed for obvious reasons, but this doesn't really confirm it. It could have been typo, but just like the way they ported over Grand Theft Auto 5 for PC, this game's coming for PC. I don't think it's gonna be day and date with the consoles, but I'm sure it'll come out later on.
Isn't that the Rockstar pattern?
Well, I guess if it's a pattern, I mean, it started with GTA 5. So, and they haven't released anything since then. If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is the first Red Dead wasn't out on PC, so that's why everyone's wishing that this comes out. The big news would be if they're like, you know what, it's coming out for PC, and also you can play the first one on PC right now. Like, that would be... What? That would blow everyone's mind. Especially at a discounted rate or something, like $20-$30 for like the PC version.
I don't know.
All we can do is wait for the console. I mean, this doesn't prove that it's coming on PC, but it's just... I don't know.
Are you gonna wait for this to come out on PC to get it, or are you gonna...
No, absolutely
You're not gonna do what you did? Okay.
I'm just
you did
gonna
that
get
for
it on
GTA.
Xbox. Yeah. I'm just gonna get it on console, and then we can ride out to the sunset. Huh?
Why Xbox instead of PS4?
Because I'm telling you, this crossplay thing is hitting me in the heart now. Xbox and Switch are moving on to the crossplay thing. What if they announce crossplay with PC on with Xbox? I'll be ready to go.
Well, they already have that technically. It's just they haven't involved Switch into that plan. Because Forza, you can play against PC people, right?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know that Xbox is open to the crossplay. They're like, hey, just use the API, you're good to go. PS4, I'm sure they have some sort of strict policies with getting it to work with PS4 and PCs already. Like, I don't want any of that garbage. Get it on Xbox when if and when they put crossplay for Red Dead. I'm not even sure that's gonna happen. But if they do, boom, ready to go.
This is unrelated, but anytime Phil Spencer is there trying to tell me something, I can't look at the screen and look at him because he looks like he has his lips drenched in saliva, and it makes me uncomfortable. So I can't watch him talk.
Oh my god. Throw shit
Watch next year. Look at his lips.
Okay, I'll try to look at his lips. What the hell is
Get
wrong
a
with
fucking
you?
napkin.
Oh my god. Alright. Move on to the next thing. Life is Strange 2, Episode 1 gets a release date, which is great. It's supposed to be coming out September 27th. Yeah, so this year, sorry. And I'm looking forward to it. I played the first one, really digged it, loved the characters. The story got a little weird, especially near the end with the whole. I can't spoil it here, but if you haven't had a chance to play it, play the first one, first season. I haven't played the prequel, the one where you play as a. I don't know their names.
Blue-haired lady?
Yeah, the blue-haired lady. I keep thinking Claire, but that's because Modern Family's in my head for some reason.
Her name's Blair.
Ah, okay. The episode 1 comes out 2018, so it's still gonna be episodic. The first episode comes out this September. That's about it. You can play that prequel, I think it is, to Life is Strange 2. Hold on, I guess we'll get to it. The Awesome Adventures of The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, which apparently is set in that universe. There's like a prequel to it. I'm not entirely sure how that's gonna fit in, but I can just do that. Idiot. Yeah, moving on to another big story here. Bethesda sues Westworld mobile game. Mostly because it became a blatant ripoff of their game, Fallout Shelter. They were able to confirm that it was a complete ripoff because of a bug that Bethesda had during development of Fallout Shelter, which was the character shading. The same bug that they had in their game showed up in Westworld. So, okay, wait, hold on. Let me look here. Oh, there's a quote here. Who is this from, though? Doesn't say. But quote specifically, the view is out of focus and the scene that appears is far to the right and below the target landscape image. The unquote or end quote. The company said. Further on, quote, it is as if a camera capturing the scene had been inadvertently pointed to the lower right foreground and then slowly refocuses on the central image. The identical problem appeared in initial versions of Fallout Shelter, but was addressed before Fallout Shelter was released to the public. End quote. So I mean, like, that's the same. The people who developed the game noticed the same issue. So now, Fallout's like, yeah, Warner Brothers, nice try, we're suing you. We'll see what happens as that story develops, I guess. Like, what did they think when they were creating it? Like, they won't know. They worked on it for months, maybe years. They're not gonna know. They didn't test it religiously before releasing it. They're not gonna know. Stupid. Alright, moving on to the next thing. From Gizmodo. Mouse and keyboard support may finally come to the Xbox One this year. And now I know what y'all are thinking. Why would we introduce keyboard and mouse so they can get so the console players can get sloshed by PC enthusiasts? I don't know, but they're doing it, so. And
I'm fine with the keyboard just because you don't have to sit there and type on that foolish fucking system. You can just type out what you have to type.
The thing is, the Xbox already supports keyboards and mouses, so you can plug in a keyboard and type with the keyboard. The thing is, most games, it's on the developer now. What they're saying is that the support for it is going to enable the developers to enable it in game. So you can. Do you remember Max Payne, Brian, when we played it on Steam and they had the ability to go up against only people who were using the controller?
No, I don't remember that.
Well, they had an option for that. So what this is going to allow is developers to enable mouse and keyboard on the Xbox One, which I guess would be great because you'll have like a matchmaking option, and they'll say, "Hey, matchmake me and the party with people who who only use controllers, or if you like, hey, I want to go up against the keyboard and mouse guys, you can enable that. So when it's matchmaking you, it'll enable that search. So if they are using the keyboard and mouse, they'll still be able to join your game. That's like the base. That's like the high level design, I guess.
Mm.
Another thing that came out is that apparently they were going to partner up with Razer to release a keyboard and mouse probably specifically for the Xbox, like a branding for it. And there's an update on this. A Microsoft spokesperson says the following statement: "We are always exploring new ways to improve the Xbox experience, but have nothing further to share at this time." Which basically means, yeah, I can't tell you, but I'm telling you.
I hope they don't partner with Razer if they want their things to break down every 2 months.
Brian, what the hell is this? Biz be tripping?
They do.
Where did you put what the hell is this?
Hey.
Okay. We're sharing
a
Google Doc so we can be in sync here, but there's like a note or something to the right of this. It doesn't matter. We're going right along. The Walking Dead's final season... Okay, Anthony, can you read?
I'm sorry?
Fucking... The Walking Dead's final season may be the last to use the old engine. So this will be the last one to use... Thank God. Finally. As much as they can still accomplish this art style in Unity, their engine was just too buggy. It ran inconsistently from scene to scene. I don't know what they're doing in the back end, but they're now moving to Unity, which is great. They said it's gonna take long. It might take longer to make games because they don't have a proper workflow yet to speed up the development because they're learning everything with Unity and porting over any other tech over that they can to Unity. But yeah, the last season will be the last season will be the last game to use whatever engine they have, and then they're switching to Unity, which means the Stranger Things game that they announced when did they announce that?
That's a thing?
Yeah, there's a Stranger Things game that they announced like they dropped it silently. They're like, "Hey, we're making a Stranger Things thing." Oh, right, bye. And didn't put too much emphasis on it, which makes sense. They have this big game to market, which is the last season of one of the franchises that got them up there. Stranger Things will probably be made. It will be made. Will be the first one made in Unity, so that might be really buggy too, because it's the first one they have. Or maybe it won't.
When are they gonna make a Wolf Among Us season 2?
I'm sure it'll probably be after Stranger Things, because that's been in development for who long? Who knows how long? That'll probably be in Unity as well.
How long?
Who long? Done with that one. Let's see. Moving on to. I actually haven't had a chance to read this article, but apparently an executive producer spills more details on Anthem.
Is it out?
All right, Brian. So let's take a look. There's a bulleted list here. This is from GameSpot. So first thing is, even if you're not in a group with them, or other players can still interact with you, strangers will even be able to revive you if they happen to run across you after you've fallen in combat.
Destiny.
So it's not, yeah. Unless, so I guess if you're falling in combat in the open world, because I don't know if the whole game is open, if that makes sense. So I'm sure there's still instances. So I guess they're just saying like the open areas where you can just socialize and stuff, they'll res you, like if you're doing a public event.
Mm-hmm.
There will be no aerial fights against rival javelins in Anthem. Sadly, you'll have to abandon your dreams of power suit dogfights.
That's depressing.
It is. I mean, you have the energy to fly around for who knows how long. Why not just start shooting? No friendly fire, for now anyway. The team might change their mind by launch, so I guess keep it an option. Like, why not? The scars aren't technically alien, but they're not exactly human either. That tells me not much. So they're something. That's what they are. You'll be able to upgrade Javelin's flight time if you want to explore further and faster. That's why you can't do dogfights. So I didn't know it was limited. So you have flight time, which probably is fuel. Interesting. Okay. You can't change your Javelin mid-mission. We imagine this means that if you run out of charge on the Javelin you've chosen for a particular mission, you'll fail. so that's just a guess. Javelins cannot be permanently destroyed. Thank goodness. Can you imagine me losing one of my fucking favorite javelins? I'll install it right there.
I'll lose my fucking license to the game.
Yeah. No post launch. I can't read. No post launch. No post launch plans yet, but Dara isn't opposed to the possibility of a melee based javelin or implementing interchangeable melee weapons for the 4 current javelins. That's pretty cool. A melee based one would be cool. Pretty cool. And I can pretend it's an Ava. Anthem will feature a colorblind mode. Makes sense. EA's games have been pretty good about that. Either adding it at launch or having it at launch or adding it soon after. You can respec your freelancer skills. Yep. That sounds about right. No plans for crossplay between console and PC at launch. Maybe later though. Which means getting on Xbox, just in case. Missions are mostly Xbox. For this one, Xbox specifically because they have a deal with Microsoft. Like they're Xbox and Microsoft, Xbox and EA are like more closer than Sony's. Because I mean they have the EA Access subscription built into Xbox, so you can subscribe to EA Access and play other EA games on Xbox One. I mean they have a better business relationship, I guess. What's next?
I don't see any PvP being mentioned.
Yeah, same here. Like most of it was all PvE. Missions are specifically designed for 4 players, even if Anthem can be played 1 to 4. Wait, whoa, what? So you can play by yourself, but they're designed for 4 people. How does that work? Does it scale?
Maybe you get NPC squad or something.
There's a fall damage, so be careful when landing. There is fall damage, so you can't just like use your boosters to land softly, or
that's probably what you have to do.
So if you lose, like, I can only imagine if you lose fuel or flight time, you have to walk all the way back. There's no fast travel. How does that work?
I don't know.
All javelins have the same movement speed outside of combat. I'm sorry, what? So wait. That huge mech can go as fast as everybody else, but when he's fighting, he goes slower?
I guess.
Chat's saying, did they say the fuel doesn't recharge? They didn't say anything about recharging. It just says, where is it at? You'll be able to upgrade your javelin's flight time. What that means, who knows? Each javelin is unlocked by doing a mission. Players can choose the order. Okay, that's good. So if you're already from the trailers, you're like, oh, I want to get this guy, you can just go get him right away. And that's about it from all the stuff that they mentioned, or that they were on Twitter answering these questions. So that's a pretty good meaty information there. I think that's pretty good. Moving on. This short, sweet one. Call of Duty 2 or Call of Duty World War II gets an update that adds a new class that's objective focused.
Oh shit.
And what that means, hold on, is a cavalry it's called a cavalry. Sorry. Objective focused. It offers you a cavalry shield, which can be used defensively and offensively. The ability to plant bombs as well as capture domination flags faster, and lets you build and destroy walls quicker in war mode. So it's anything that has to do with like objectives, you can do it quicker. Like you're all about it. The division even scores more. You get higher scores from doing objectives, and if you get two assists, count as 1 kill. So even if you're shooting at things and only getting assists, it'll start adding up as kills because you're assisting. New basic trainings, including escalation, which lets you aim down your sights at double the speed after each kill on SMGs, and your ammo will get refilled after each double kill. Holy shit!
Oh shit!
There's some, yeah. I gotta hand it to the who is developing Sledgehammer, right? I think it's Sledgehammer that's developing World War II. They've kept this game updated, adding new and different things, modifying gameplay. Yeah, that sounds cool.
I mean, that's cool and all, but this game's gonna die off when the next game comes out.
You say that,
This
but
year.
there's still people playing older games. Like, do you have a problem finding games with Infinite Advanced Warfare? No, which one do you have?
Infinite Warfare? No, Infinite Warfare.
People still play the old ones.
Yeah, but it's dead to me. That's what I mean.
Got it. I'm sorry.
Like, they add other stuff. But who cares if I have to spend another $60 later the same year?
I guess you don't have to.
You don't know me.
All right. Well, moving on to the next thing. Bethesda released a new trailer for Fallout 76, all gameplay. I don't know if it's the same one as that they showed at E3 or not, but it basically goes over the gameplay takes and what you're able to and not to do, I guess. But it looks like it's the same one. Yeah, it is. It's the same trailer that we saw at E3, except now in just video format. So it shows him getting in there, getting his shit, his pit boy, then walking out for the first time. Chat's confirming that it's the same one, just in 4K. Cool. I mean, the game looks great, so it looks fine.
I just want to try it.
Oh, he's speaking of Fallout 76, I actually popped in Fallout 4 a couple days ago, just to see what 'cause I just started it. I haven't had enough time to play before. I only played like 10 minutes and got off. Kept play for a bit, and yeah, the game actually feels a lot better than Fallout 3 that I remember. It feels great. Even shooting at like ghouls feels better. Like if you shoot them in the leg, they'll trip over and like fall down as they're trying to run at you. Getting into the suit feels heavy. Like it feels like there's some weight to it. I was digging it. I only got to the part where you just finished getting your first settlement. I guess your first settlement, and he's asked, the quest is, hey, make water, or like put a water thing, make crops and shit. So I mean, I haven't gotten that far into it. I'm only like probably half an hour in, but I'm digging it. I'm probably gonna keep playing it.
I just got to a certain point when I got to like level 99 before reaching most of the main plot points. And I was like, this just literally feels like a revamped Fallout 3. It just felt like Fallout 3.5, and I just got out.
Okay. No, I think it feels a lot better than that. It definitely looks better. I don't know. It just felt better than Fallout. Did I remember that Fallout? Okay, let me try English again. I think it feels better than what I think Fallout 3 feels like, if that makes sense. From memory alone. Alright, we got a new this one I think you added, Brian, if you want to take this one.
No. Let me see.
It's the Marvel vs.
Oh, the
Capcom.
last one.
Yeah, Brian. Jesus Christ. This is a big one, too.
There's a rumor that's most likely not true, but I'll run with it. The Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's getting an update, or another standalone version called Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Uncanny Edition. And the rumor is it's going to be announced at EVO. It's going to be a standalone game, not like a DLC you pay for. That will just add on to the game you already have. You have to spend more money on a game that's probably still going to be dead because Dragon Ball FighterZ is out. And this one's said to... I didn't really understand most of the leak. It sounds like they're saying that Capcom had more control over this than Marvel does in regards to how it looks, how it plays, and all that.
That's what it
They
sounds
say
like.
that...
I mean, if you want me to read the leak here, it goes, quote, the game will be called Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Uncanny Edition. Capcom has 75% creative control, as it was Capcom that took the brunt of the loss. This creative control extends to art, graphics, music, and even the roster. Marvel approached Capcom for making an update to advertise Avengers 4. Capcom said they would do it, but only if X-Men characters were in the roster on Marvel's side. The game will have a significantly longer development cycle than Infinite, as Capcom expects to release the game around Q1 of 2019, which is anywhere between January and March/April. The game will have a. Oh, I'm sorry. The game has a high budget as well. There will be more Capcom characters added than Marvel characters to balance the game out. Uncanny Edition will be revealed after Street Fighter V Grand Finals, and G, Viper, and Sodom will be revealed before Street Fighter V Top 8 on Evo Sunday. As in, those three characters are... Let me stop here. When I read this the first time, I was like, are these characters going to Marvel vs. Capcom, or are they going to Street Fighter?
I would think it's going to Marvel. But I'm not really sure.
Why are they three Street Fighter characters going to Marvel vs. Capcom?
I don't know. Why not?
Oh well. Well, either way. It goes on to say the game will be a standalone version of the game. Wait, the game will be a standalone version as the game has significant revisions compared to Infinite, which makes sense. They continue to say the characters that they will be adding will be Wolverine, Magneto, Doctor Doom, Deadpool, Gambit, Psylocke, Sentinel, Storm, Shumagorath, Cable, Doc Ock, Super Skrull, and Juggernaut for the Marvel side. Capcom side is going to have Akuma, Ruby Heart, I'll say Ruby Rose, Ruby Heart, Amingo? That right?
Yeah.
Amingo, Jill for Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Virgil, Wesker, Leon, Jin, Captain Commando, Jean, Felicia, Asura. Is it Asura from Asura's Wrath?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Beautiful Joe and Amaterasu. Any questions about the game, please ask. I have a shit ton of info I can dump. End quote. Even though this is a rumor, I think this is
bullshit.
I think this is highly happening. What sold it to me was the Avengers 4 thing. Marvel going to Capcom and be like, yo, let's try this again. We need as much marketing as we can for Avengers 4. That sold it to me. That makes a lot of sense to me. I see this happening.
If that's the case,
I don't know
why isn't there...
Go ahead.
If that's the case, then why isn't there more people that are in Avengers as characters?
Oh, the Avengers 4? Isn't the whole Avengers cast in Marvel as we speak? Or most of them?
Let me think. Drax isn't a character.
No, from the original Avengers. Because remember, there's spoilers of Infinity War right now. There's some people who did not make it at the end of the movie. From the people who made it, there's only maybe like one or two people not missing.
The original Avengers?
Yeah.
Hawkeye.
He's not in this one?
I'm lying. I'm lying. I just completely forgot about him because he was a gimlet and he should die. Tony Stark, Hulk, they're both in it. Mm-hmm. Black Widow's in it. That's DLC. Hawkeye's in it. That's 4 people. Who else is in the Avengers?
In the movie?
Thor's in it.
Yeah. It's Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye. That's 6.
They're in the original movie, right?
Yeah.
Then people they added along, Vision's not in the game. You think they put Vision in?
They might be he might have this character list. It might be a short one. I might add him as DLC after the fact. Who knows? But this, I don't know if they'll announce it at Evo, but this sounds like something they would do. Especially the advertising the Avengers 4. Why not? They used the first one to advertise the Infinity War, didn't they?
Say that again?
I mean, they used Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite to promote all the MCU characters. Like they added what's his name? The villain in Ultron. They added Ultron in there. The Black Widow, I think, looks like the MCU one. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't played it since launch, basically.
She's kind of looks like it, but that doesn't. The people they named aren't even related Avenger-wise to the movies. You would think that they'd do the same thing. Like, oh, Avengers coming. Ant-Man's a playable character, maybe. I don't know if they're gonna be in it. Drax, Guardians character in it. Nebula's not even a person according to this character list. It just seems like they're putting It just seems like they're putting names out that people have been requesting just so people use nostalgia to think, oh, this is real. Because for Marvel 3, they also said it was going to be an Uncanny Edition. at Evo, that finals of whatever year that was, I think, and it didn't happen. And they used the same technique, like, hey, let's put characters they want in the rumor, so people are like, this gotta be a thing, and
Yeah, in
it
the
it
bottom,
wasn't.
further on in the article, I say the exact same thing. Let us all not quote. Let us not all forget that this sounds nearly identical to rumors in 2012 about Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Back in July 2012, Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Uncanny Edition, was rumored to be announced during Evo 2012. Also, sound familiar? That version wasn't nearly as ambitious as this time around, with that rumor being that it was with that rumor being that it was be a okay, that's the typo on their end. It was be a $15 digital download DLC for Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom. So yeah, like it definitely could be a hoax, but knowing how, like back in 2012, Marvel was in a different spot than Marvel is now. So I can see them going, you know what, this might have flopped, but let's try again with this. But hey, what do I know?
I don't think this is gonna be a thing. If they show anything Capcom related at Evo, anything at all, it'd probably be, hey, let's go fuck up Darkstalkers now.
They'll announce like a Darkstalkers game.
Yeah. Remember when we said they weren't dead? Boom, trailer. Everybody's like, oh my god, right there. And then they forget that Capcom's been murdering their IPs that are fighting games.
One at a time.
That being said, if this is real, I'm gonna have to spend $60 on this game.
That's another on-site buy.
Unfortunately, no, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Okay. All right. Well, we're done with the news. Finally, an hour in. What was I gonna say? Oh, let's go to what we've been consuming this week. You want to go first, or?
You have more things, I don't care.
Okay. Well, over the weekend I got Kirby Star Allies and Mario Tennis Aces. For Kirby Star Allies, I played like maybe the first two maps, like overworld maps, I guess. If you've played Kirby Superstar, it's basically that with added abilities and mixtures of abilities. With a new thing that they added in this, they also added more copy abilities. There's a lot of enemies from Kirby Superstar that now give you abilities. That back then you just ate them and you killed them. Now they actually give you more abilities. You can fuse abilities, so if you're like, you can fuse your abilities while using allies, if that makes sense. So you, like I say, you copy the sword ability, and then you can. There's a state where you can put your sword up, or it's basically if you hold up, it's like, hey, it alerts your AI bots, and it lets your like co-op partner know, hey, I want to get a power up, and if you're fire and you blow fire into the sword, you get a fire sword, and that happens for all the elements. Like you'll have wind, fire, ice, I think ice, and I think water. Water is one of the new copy abilities that you can do, but aside from that, it basically plays just like Superstar, but not as, I don't know if it was the frame rate dropping or not the frame rate. The frame rate's like 30. It didn't feel as responsive as old SNES, but like the input just felt weird. But it's basically that same game, but with 4 people. The First Few Love, I recommend it. Especially if you love Superstar. This is an easy buy. Maybe on sale. I don't know how long the game is. I haven't finished it, but the levels have been pretty fun. Next up, Mario Tennis Aces. This game kind of, all I played was the story levels and gameplay. Yes, mechanically, this game I can't wait to play multiplayer and do our tournament, because it's the best way I've heard it put it. It's a tennis game with fighting game mechanics. So there's meter management. There's fucking health because of your not racket. Is it racket?
Racket.
Yeah, your racket has health, but you can, and there's blocking of supers. Like mistiming it does damage to your racket. So if your racket breaks, you lose. You don't have nothing to fucking play with, so you automatically lose. There's, apart from just slicing and hitting, which was in the old games, which was just B and A. Now you have BA and then lobbing it with Y, I think it's Y or X. I don't know the buttons, but you can lob it now, and then I forgot what the fourth one is. And each of those
Oh,
directionally
they
you can
split
do
it
different.
now.
Yeah, like you know how before you would have to do
A
uh
B
yeah,
to top split.
you get to top spin it. Yeah, now
Mm.
it's different buttons, and if you do up directionals like up and down, they do different things.
Mm.
Up on top of that, like you'll have what else? Like when I don't know what causes it, but you're playing the match and you'll have like a star appear on your side. If you go up to it, you can hold a button and then swing, and you'll jump up in the air slow motion. It's not slow motion. It's like a quick slow thing, and then you can aim anywhere on the other side of of the of the field to the opposite opponent. But you have to do it quickly because while you're aiming to throw it to a certain or to strike into a certain location, you're draining your meter. And the only way to get to super now is to not do that and save up to it's completely filled, and that's when you can use your super. It's mechanically it's a lot deeper than any other tennis games we ever played. The story mode though, like I said, this is all mechanically. It is it is just a waste of time. I don't know if character unlocks are tied to story mode. I need to look that up immediately because if it is, wow, what they better give me those characters because it's just boring. Apart from teaching you like the first few levels is nice. It teaches you how the new mechanics work, especially with the supers and the using of the meter and whatnot. That's fantastic. The the pacing in the story, it's not even in the story. Like the levels, you'll have you'll go through the like a training level. Oh, you know how to do the slices now, right? And then it'll take you to like a practice round where you go up against Toad as a sparring thing, and it becomes it is difficult. Like it's like why would you the difficulty in learning how to play, and then you'll do that, and it's so frustrating to do those missions. And once you finish it, after like this is the first I can't even gather my words. I'm already getting angry because I remember when I had to do it. You have to what's it called when you're just keeping the ball up like in play?
Lobbing?
Is it lobbing? No.
I win rounds. That's all I know.
All right. Well, basically, you have to keep hitting the ball up to like 200 times with Toad, without him scoring on like without you ending it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like without you scoring on him or him scoring on you, 3 times. So if you either one of you score on each other up to 3 times, like cumulative, the event's over. You failed. You have to do it all over again. And it's not. And another thing is, when you fail, it's not like retry and you start right there. No. You back out to the overworld again to hear some fucking dialogue that they're gonna say, "Oh, you messed up," and you fart or whatever, and then you have to hit A again and then go through the dialogue. You can skip the dialogue again if you retry it, but then it'll load the map again, and then you try, and it's time consuming. It doesn't. There's no the boss battle what you do those little events or training levels are challenging, and if you like challenge, cool, you might like those. But then it goes from that challenging shit to like the next match is your fight dry bones, I guess, and they're just brain dead. You serve it, and then they'll return it to you, and you can just throw the ball the opposite direction they're in, and they won't reach it. They'll just hit the ball the first time, return it to you, and just stay there. And then once you swing and it's already hit their side once and bouncing to the outside of the map, they're like, "Oh shit, it's time to go," and tries to reach it when it's like a mile away from them. And you do that 4 or 5 times till you win the set or whatever the hell the case may be. And then you just rinse and repeat. Just difficult, weird event levels. Brain dead. The bosses aren't even that difficult. They're not even difficult. They're just complicated. They'll want you to do these weird things within a certain amount of time. And if you not fail, but if you do something incorrectly, it just docks time off of you. Again, I haven't played the multiplayer or the online tournament thing, but the story mode is just. I see you linked the how to unlock the Mario Tennis characters. Please tell me none of those are story related.
Apparently, you don't even unlock people by story. It says you have everybody by default, and the people you unlock, you just have to play the monthly online tournaments, and you'll get them. You don't have to win, just play them.
Then I don't think I'm ever. I might finish the story mode because for completion's sake, but you don't have to
Oh,
buy this game for multiplayer only because the story is horse trash.
this through the story, you get the levels, the courts.
That makes sense because I was unlocking the levels, and by far, okay, that's something cool about the adventure mode, the adventure mode because like you get to go through these different the gimmicky levels. Like I'm on a boat and like you know how the middle of the boats have a sail, like that, like the wooden
Right.
thing in the middle. Well, that's in the middle of the fucking tennis court. So if you hit it at an angle, it'll bounce off. So if you're hitting it at a diagonal, you can trick people into like, oh, he's gonna hit it on this quadrant, but bam, hit it on the corner and it'll bounce off to the other side. And you're like, oh shit! And I got scored on that way. That's how I'm telling you. That's how I know it's legit. So they have a lot of creative levels like that. Like there's one I'm at. I think the latest one is I'm at a haunted house, and there's mirrors that like float around the middle, and you throw the ball through one of them and it comes out the other. And I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I did a super into one of those and scored on myself. It's cool gimmick level like those I don't mind doing, but the mechanically this game is great. It's probably the best tennis game. Cause it was Power Tennis on GameCube, Brian?
Yeah.
This I think easily beats it. In terms of
That's
mechanics.
saying a lot. Okay. Because you can't even swim with Waluigi, so it's saying a lot.
Okay. Besides the
By the way-
animations again, I haven't played the multiplayer yet or the online tournament. I don't know if that's trash yet, but the adventure mode is all the adventure mode did is give me hype for playing the multiplayer game or doing our tournament.
Are you gonna do it earlier since you don't have to unlock the characters, or what's the move on that?
Yeah, well, now that you tell me we don't have to unlock I'll see how the character unlock works to see if everybody has the characters that they're going to pick. If they already have it, then we'll move on and we'll do some like in the next week or two or something.
I'm surprised you like the mechanics because you fail to use your meter in any fighting game, so
This comes
that
in
they're adding
automatically
meter.
because for this one it's easier to execute to use it. You'll see when you get a feel for it. Like to use the meter is either just super or, you can slow. Oh my god, still more. You can slow down time with the meter. I don't know if that's gonna work with multiple players or not, but you can. And while you slow down time, you move faster, I guess. So if they hit a shot, they're like, oh shit, I can't get it. You can run over there. What else? Like mechanically, I guess we can go over that. There's so much. There's enough new things on there that it feels unique, if that makes sense.
I just want to play it.
Yeah, that's basically. You just gotta play it to get a feel for it. I guess I'll skip over the Tiana Taylor because you have that too, so we could talk about it at the same time. I played Hue. It's a puzzle game
The hell is that?
about colors. Let me see if I can get a trailer going so the video people can see. So basically, it's a puzzle platformer where you use the colors to hide and make visible certain objects on the screen. If I type in hue, it thinks I'm looking for light bulbs. Duh. Videos. I guess the trailer should be enough, right? So yeah, you play this boy who's I guess looking for his sister, mom. It's some female that's talking to him, who's discovered a new plane of reality. I guess it's like a color thing, like a new color that's the absence of color. Like it's some weird thing. I know absence of color is white or black or whatever, but you basically
Black.
use colors, huh?
Black.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you use the selected color to hide and show objects in the map, and you perform puzzles that way. Very clever. Like at first, I'm like, oh, that's pretty simple, gimmicky tech, like hiding and not hiding colors. That's like I'm pretty sure it didn't take them that long to develop the core mechanics, but developing the puzzles for it was pretty ingenious. There's some pretty smart stuff and clever puzzles to go through. I highly recommend it. It's just really fun. It's one of those like, oh, one puzzle. I'll do one more puzzle, or I'll do one more puzzle, and you unlock the colors gradually. Like you don't have all of them at first, so they start incorporating more and more colors and more different objects as different colors. There's a lot of, as the trailer I'm watching here, there's a lot of time based ones. Like if you're not switching them at certain times, you'll get hit by a rock or something. Or it there's puzzles where you can sit there and take your time, and then there's some that you gotta think on your feet and switch the color to so you don't die. I highly recommend so far. I haven't finished it. If you ever see it on sale, I mean, as of this recording, there's a Steam sale going on. If you see this, I highly recommend you buy it. It's fun shit. And then, most recently, yesterday, Brian, you can tell me. You don't have to say you lost me at puzzle pimping as a quote, as a comment. Goodness.
Yeah, but purple now.
Yeah, they have purple run. Shit. Yesterday I got my hands on Quake Champions. I ended up liking it. It doesn't do anything over the top. If you like Twitch shooters, just like Unreal Tournament, old Quake, Quake Arena, Quake 3 Arena, it's just that, but looks great. Yeah, it's just fun. It's great. It's I only had two character classes, so I can only speak on those two. One of them teleports, the other one rushes in and hits you physically, I guess. It seems balanced to me. Like everyone has their own, not balance, but it's a game where you can quickly pick up, shoot a bunch of people, and then leave. Here goes Brian with the comments. Brian, that boy Mike Jordan with the keys. End quote, Quake community. Okay. That's about it for everything I consumed, besides the Tiana Taylor album. But you can go ahead. I know we can do that after your Luke Cage. So
skip this season. That's my Luke Cage review.
What? That's it?
This season was so trash. I thought I was watching a Black Iron Fist.
What?
The only things that were good about it was the added Jamaicans.
Okay.
And the soundtrack.
So they just added the soundtrack then, because the Jamaicans just come with their soundtrack, right?
Yeah, but they also added like Rakim the rapper is in there. They have, I think, one of Marley's kids. Jadakiss and Faith are in there. It's a good soundtrack.
So
the main villain did a good job, I think.
For this season?
Yeah.
Okay.
The actor himself, like his Jamaican dialect was like on point to the point where I didn't even need subtitles. I knew what he was saying to me.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw an interview with him today, and he wasn't actually Jamaican. Like he didn't have the accent, and I was devastated.
You were devastated plus impressed because you're like, oh shit, he had me fooled.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's it.
But that's it. So you wouldn't recommend anyone watch it?
Pretend you saw it.
Pretend you saw it. There's no standout episodes?
Just if you want to hear great Jamaican dialect, just watch it. If you want reggae and you want Jamaican accents and hip hop in there, then that's what you watch it for. The plot is just trash. The characters I don't give a shit about. It feels like there's filler in here. They're adding fillers to shows now.
Oh no.
There's a character, if you're still gonna watch it, it's gonna get to the point where when you see it on screen, you just don't give one fuck about it. Like the acting is just terrible.
Like
can you escort yourself off this scene?
Okay. I had another thing I consumed yesterday. I don't know if did you watch the Westworld finale?
No, I forgot to watch it.
Oh, fuck you, Brian. Okay, well, I guess we can't speak on it, but...
I mean, if you want to speak as vague as possible.
Okay, well...
Did you like it or did you dislike it?
Yeah, I should... okay, I guess I can review the season entirely. The season had a very, very slow start. Like, it was... I was like, what happened, Brian?
My voice cracks saying, yep.
Yeah, the Westworld had a rough start, but I think like episode 3 or 4 it started to pick up. with introduction of Shogun, Shogun World. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Chat says Javi says watched it. Cool. Thought that was fantastic. The Shogun section was pretty cool, and showing the similar archetypes of the characters were like from Westworld to the Shogun World was pretty cool. And then it worked up to I think it was episode 8 that had the it was like an episode you didn't have to watch the rest of the episodes. Like you could just pick up on I think it was 8. Season episode 8 is the one with the Indian had his backstory. I don't know if you watched that far, Brian.
Yo, I didn't give a shit about that. I'm caught up by minus the.
You didn't give a
this
shit about
week's
that
finale.
episode?
I was like, can you just stop speaking to me and let it progress? Because I didn't give one shit about stuff we kind of already knew.
No, I think that was the best episode for the season. No, I'm sorry, not the best episode. That was one of the top episodes because the finale was actually pretty good because it solved a bunch, not solved, but it had a bunch of twists and a bunch of twists and deaths. Yeah, I think episode 8 was like one of the highlights. The finale, it was pretty good. There was definitely deaths. People were getting dropped left and right. Like a bunch of characters, you're like, what the fuck? What's going on here? You were waiting for someone to wake up from a dream. That's how it would look like a Game of Thrones episode. It looked like the Red Wedding episode where people were just dropping, and you're like, how are they gonna continue this? That's what this finale actually left me with. Is like I'm curious to see if they make another. They could end the show with this. I think with this finale, and I'll be like,
how
okay.
the first finale was.
Yeah, and I think they did the same thing with here. I think if they're like, oh no, that was just 2 seasons. I believe them. Like I'm like, okay, this kind of makes sense. I wouldn't I can kind of piece together what's about to happen, but I would want to watch it if that makes sense. If they make another one continuing what happened at the end of this finale, I would definitely watch it. The finale ended with a pretty cool setup for what's about to happen. But if they don't, I mean, the ending was pretty nice. You can kind of piece together what's going to happen. If they didn't, I highly recommend it. I mean, the Westworld's first few episodes are pretty tough, but they're slow. But I promise you, it picks up. I actually think you should watch it. I still think Westworld season 1 is still better than the second one, though. As a whole. That's all I gotta say about that. I haven't seen Preacher yet, so that's probably gonna be next week's consumed.
I haven't seen it either.
I guess that brings us to Tiana Taylor's album. Let me bring up Spotify. I forgot which ones I actually heard it on here. All right, bro. What are your overview thoughts, real quick? Yay, nay?
It's a definite yay. No pun intended.
I agree.
It has me. It's tied for the second best out of the whole May-June rollout. From the whole 7, even though it's 8 songs on this, the whole Kanye 777 thing. It's tied for second for me with Nas. That's how much I like this album.
Okay. Yeah, well, we have a different list then, because for me it's, I think this is their best one yet. I've added more on this track on this album. I added 4 songs on here. I don't count No Manners because it seemed like a skit. So out of the 7 songs they have on here, I've added 4. I think that's the highest percentage I have.
They have 8 songs. Oh, because you said the skit thing. Never mind.
Yeah,
It just clicked in my head.
Okay. Like the No Manners skit, I'm like, okay, this might be a weird start. And then Gonna Love Me started, and I'm like, oh, wait a second. It just became a smooth R&B with there wasn't any fucking shit that he was doing in the other albums until fucking Work the Pussy came on. I cannot stand that song because of the vocals. The instrumental sounds great. The vocals that he used to that he keeps using over and over again on it, I'm like, why did you loop it that many times? Why did he loop it that many times?
When the song started, I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna get tired of this, right? I was like, I'm probably not gonna add this. And then it got to like the actual part of the song, and I'm over here like voguing in my fucking seat.
Oh my god!
So why does this slap so hard?
The instrumental slap. It's just that if he would have made a version without the fucking "Worth the Pussy" like just on repeat for 80% of the song, then I probably would have digged it as well.
At the end, when whoever's talking to me called me a fierce bitch, I was like, you know what? I am a fierce fucking bitch. And I played the album again.
Oh shit! One of my
When I
favorite parts
first heard
is
the,
go ahead.
what happened?
I was saying one of my favorite parts is when I think it's the end of at the end of Hurry, when Kanye's like no fade outs and he cuts to the next fucking song.
I didn't like that song.
I fucking you didn't like Hurry? I liked Hurry.
No, I just didn't give a shit about what he was saying, and I didn't need moaning in my ear.
That's that. I think I'm looking at Hurry. I'm like, there's something about it that was weird. It was the moaning. Yeah, it was like loud. It was like very sexual. It was like if someone were to walk in just listening to it, they think you're watching porn. It was that, I guess, prominent in the song.
I heard the first song, and I was like, I don't know about this album, but then I was like, most of these albums, the first few songs that they didn't hook me immediately. 3 seconds in, I think it was, to Gonna Love Me, I already added it.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I'm like, okay, this. I don't care what the fuck happens in the next 2 minutes. The beginning sounded so smooth. I'm like, it's in.
They literally baited me. They're like, this boy ain't ready for what's about to happen with it, ready, boy. And I was like, what? And then the song came on, and they revolvered me in my spirit. And I was like, what the fuck is this? It's slapping my ancestors. That's how much it slapped.
Yeah, I highly agree. The album came out of nowhere for me.
I was like, you know what? Maybe it's a fluke. And then fucking the next song right after that.
Yeah,
I was like,
and
what are
then
you doing to me?
came up too. Yeah, I highly agree.
What is she doing to me?
Oh my god, I 100% agree. I highly recommend it. At least give it a shot, especially if you're into R&B. It's great. There is one. I think there is like a trap song-ish. I think it's Never Would Have Made
Rose
It.
in Harlem.
Oh, it was Rose in Harlem. Yeah, right. That's the one I liked. I liked it. I just looked.
Just slap.
Yeah, Rose in Harlem was good. So top 3 tracks on it for me would be, yeah, Rose in Harlem. No, Gonna Love Me, Rose in Harlem, and then Issues and Hold On. Issues / Hold On.
Gonna Love Me, Issues, Hold On, Never Would Have Made It.
Oh, what? Okay. I think the chorus lost me on that one. Or something else. Something that didn't give me the, it didn't earn the library. Don't know what it was.
There's only two songs I didn't add, and that was the first song and then Hurry.
But yeah,
I almost didn't.
He's on
I almost
a roll
didn't
at
like
this point. Go ahead.
I almost didn't like Three-Way just because Ty Dolla $ign scared me when he came in, but I let it rock.
It was abrupt. I think I was on the way home. I was dropping off Janiana at her place, I think it was, and I played it, and it was like a dark street, and he came on, and I was listening to it pretty not loud, but loud enough where like if something sudden came out, like what the fuck was that? And his voice, I'm like, I'm getting robbed while my car's moving.
Wow.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's about it for what we consumed for this week. I guess we can go quickly into the releases because we're already an hour and a half in here. We have our Sagat watch. It seems like he's not out yet. I guess we'll check back next week with is he out. This week's releases for games is Crash Bandicoot: The Insane Trilogy for Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PC. It was a limited PlayStation 4 exclusive. I think it's finally now. It's coming out. Excuse me, Jesus. The rest of the consoles. The Crew 2 comes out. They had an open beta recently. I didn't have a chance to try it out. I wanted to. I don't know. I might give that a shot someday. Maybe if it's on sale. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus coming out for Nintendo Switch. Highly recommend it. I played the first one, second one's story is it's more over the top. It's fun shoot, still feels good to shoot things. It's just mayhem. If you like shooters, boom, Wolfenstein 2, especially single player story. You can't go wrong. Inside and Limbo, same developers, both coming to same developer, both games coming to Nintendo Switch. I highly recommend both of them. Both puzzle platformers with a very ominous vibe to them. I don't know what the story is, to be honest. I just like the atmosphere. Uh, Great puzzles too. It's highly recommend both of them. If you have anything to say about it, you can always cut in and let me know. If you have any recommendation on any of this.
No, the only
okay.
thing I thought of was if they make a sequel to Inside called Outside and you play as Travis Scott.
Oh, I think he'd be about it, especially if he needs to voice some of the stuff, or just use his ad libs. Yeah.
It's lit, dude.
Yeah. Moving on, the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit comes out this week, and I think it's free. According to, I think you told me it was free.
Yeah.
So if you've already played the last Life is Strange 1, getting hyped for the second one coming out in September, pick this up, give it a go. I'm probably going to be talking about this next week, because if this is free, I'm going to try it out, see what the whole hubbub is about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Luminous Remastered. I never played Luminous, but I think it's another puzzle game. Let me see.
I read that and I thought it said Lemmings. I was like, word? And it didn't.
I heard Lemmings Remastered. I'd play it.
I'm like, yo, I played that game once in my whole life, and I didn't know how to control any of them individually, so I watched them all fall to their death, and I was like, I don't want to play this macabre-ass game.
Oh, shit. Nier Automata, getting its Xbox One release. It's been on PC and PS4 for quite some time. Now it's on Xbox One. Yes, I don't know how to pronounce that. Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana, coming out for Nintendo Switch. Never played any of the Ys games, but they're like action RPGs, I think. And
I bought like 3 of them, and I didn't beat one of them because there's so much bullshit being thrown at me. I didn't want to anymore.
Okay.
It broke me. I want to play Nier though, so I haven't played it.
Yeah, like I only played the demo, and I still haven't got a chance to give it out. Maybe it's probably on sale right now as we speak on the Steam sale. All right, that's it for games. And these, wow, to note, these are just like prominent games that are coming out this week. I'm sure there's probably a bunch of indie games coming out on Steam. I'm not gonna go through that list because it's probably 30,000. So, all right. Same with movies and music. All right, movies coming out this week. The sequel to Sicario, Day of the Soldado. Highly recommend it. I watched the first one. Great names, great actors, great story, fantastic. From the trailers I saw for Sicario, looked good. Looked like more of the same. Same. Benicio del Toro's still in it. So is Josh Brolin. And Josh Brolin's having. Okay. I wasn't gonna read all of that, Brian. That's just for me to read.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. What was I gonna say now? You just threw me off.
Josh Brolin.
Oh yeah, Josh Brolin's having quite the fucking summer this year with Deadpool 2, Avengers Infinity War, and now Sicario. This one seems more, from the trailers, look like it has more action in it, but hopefully it's not, because the first one did a great job of having tense moments due to the issue at hand, which is like drug wars and stuff. Other movies, Uncle Drew. Excuse me. I think this is the one where they learn like street ball. Not learn street ball, but they play basketball and they. I don't know what. Let me read this real quick. After draining his life savings to enter a team in the Rucker Classic Street Ball Tournament in Harlem.
Oh.
Dax is dealt a series of unfortunate setbacks, including losing his team to his longtime rival Nick Kroll. I guess plays that character. Oh, okay. So I guess now he's in the tournament to win his cash prize. This is this looks like a rental. Like this is a stream it when it's out on Google Play or some shit.
No one's ever gonna talk about this movie. I remember the trailer. I was like, oh, cool. Kyrie Irving's an old guy, and that's what I took from it.
Pretty much. And that's pretty much it for this weekend movies. On to music. Bullet for My Valentine drops a new album called Gravity. Charles Lloyd and the Marvels drop Vanish Gardens. Drake comes out with Scorpion. Florence and the Machine drops a new project called High as Hope. Gorillaz drops their new album, The Now Now. Pretty excited about that. Same with the Drake Scorpion album. Jim James comes out with something called Uniform Distortion. John Coltrane, Both Directions at Once, The Lost Album. A group called Let's Eat Grandma comes out with something called I'm All Ears. Ray Davies comes out with Our Country Americana Act 2. The SX Green comes out with the project called Hardly Electronic. The Interrupters, Fight the Good Fight, and the Milk Carton Kids with their album called, wait for it, All the Things That I Did and All the Things That I Didn't Do. And from that list, the three that I'm probably going to listen to is Drake, Scorpion, Gorillaz, and probably Florence. The rest, maybe. Who knows? But those are the three I'm looking forward to.
That fucking John Coltrane, what are you talking about?
I don't know who John Coltrane is.
Love Supreme.
Ah, okay, then I might give that a go. I didn't know he was still making music.
He's dead.
Then what
I
the
think
fuck?
he is. It's the lost album, the music that
Oh,
was
the Lost
released.
Album. That makes sense. All right. If it's lost, he's dead, Brian. You don't have to look it up.
Just making sure. Like, did he come back?
Then that'd be the Found album, Brian.
Oh shit.
All right. Well, that about fucking wraps up the episode. Yeah. This week we'll see if I can get some what the hell is it called again? Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit in. Play a little bit more of Hugh. We'll see if we can get State of the K 2 working, because I signed up for a trial version of Xbox Game Pass, and that comes with it, so we'll see if we can set up something there. If not, I'll give my impressions of it playing single player, and if I ever get it to work co-op, you and Brian will play it, give you impressions on that. That's about it. Thank you guys for listening, watching, whatever. This has been episode 3, and I love you all. Bye.
When's your